Good day. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another stream here in Sky Factory 5. We are back here in the pack today. Today's going to be a slightly different stream. We're just going to spend just a little time in Sky Factory 5 today. And then, as I promised yesterday, I'm going to switch over to Sky Factory 4 and I'm going to give you some tours of some of the older Sky Factory playthroughs that I've streamed over the years. Maybe once a year or two I do something like this, but there's always a lot of new folks that haven't seen it, you know what I mean, and are interested in seeing some of the old work. So gave just a brief glance at one thing last night, but we got a lot more to look at, so there'll be a lot. Hello, Terry, and hello, Adrian. Good day, welcome, appreciate that. Today I got a little bit of work done. Today was a house cleaning day here in the game, right? Like if we look here, a lot of the mess is gone. And by mess, I mean mostly AE, but I got rid of some of the other things too. So I made a little bit of changes today, so we'll look at those first and see where we started. But the biggest change, of course, is this right here. This is where our skyscraper is going to be. We're going to build a skyscraper that is my house. Basically, I built a little island here, kind of looks like, and then this, I'll fill this in with whatever we use as our flooring, and then build our way up to a sky. So I got that going. Let's see, I cleaned up everything that was in here, obviously. You can see there's so much more room now. I had to rerun this a little bit to make this fit. I moved our Draconic over here next to our reactor, because I figured why not? It's Draconic, right? Let's keep it in the right area. So we've still got there if we want to make anything Draconic. I moved our AE system over here. This thing has been running all day, so we're up to some singularities. So we're going to take a look at the quantum stuff today. And then I rearranged this little stuff a little bit, compacted it easier. Got our simulation chamber so it wasn't out here in the middle of the floor. So we got a little bit more walking room in here. Made a bunch of uranium. And then put our guys we got last night, put them up on a pedestal, as well as our turtle. Brought a trash can downstairs. That was upstairs. So we got those here, which look kind of cool. Then we go upstairs, and I moved a couple of the AE setups over here. So if I do need to make more, I can. And then the third machine was the AE charger, and I have it over here in case we need it as well. Then I added some extra space down here, and I moved my automated flint system, which I did a tutorial for. And moved it a little more out of the way, and I moved the netherite system I had downstairs kind of in the middle up here. I don't really use it right now. I've got a lot of netherite, but I did move it up here. So it is ready to run if I did need to run production again. It's ready to go. Which reminds me, I need to check and test how we do. Oh no, we're out of RGB. We're gonna have to go gather some RGB real quick, just so we keep that running for materials. Oh, and then I also I had a speed 2 and I made an efficiency 2, so this thing is kicking out stones, since that's one of the things I think we're going to use to build a lot of our stuff with. So if you'll bear with me, we're going to gather some RGB. This has been running for a while today, but I haven't actually done anything in this dimension, so we're just going to mine up a little RGB. We made some changes to our backpack recently, so all of the blocks are going to go directly into my backpack. I don't have to worry about my inventory filling up anymore, which is nice. How was your Sunday? Hopefully it is well. Today's stream probably isn't going to last the full 2 hours like normal. I'm probably going to run just an hour, maybe a little more than an hour tonight. Went out today, and both my wife and I had some medical stuff pop up, and neither one of us are feeling well right now. There's still a small chance I may end up going to the hospital tonight. But she's also having some very seizure-y issues right now, and her mom is sitting with her. If I need to leave early, I'll leave immediately if she needs me. But overall, we're going to try to stream as long as I can. So I got purple slimes here. Well, we need to farm those. Purple slimes, I don't know if we're going to need them anymore. Again, I'm not sure how much more dimension-themed stuff we're going to do. I might try to build a couple crazy ones off camera and see what we can come up with and surprise you guys with some tours. But mostly I'm just gathering RGB to keep my printer running. So that way it's continuing to farm some basic resources. It gets me a lot of things like coal and redstone and diamond. What else does it give that's handy? There's a few things. But we created this RGB dimension a couple of episodes ago, and it's been pretty awesome. It also, again, makes it easier to get slimes because, unlike in many other worlds, this is the areas I've cleaned out is the only place in this entire world that's not fully RGB blocked. So they have only limited places to spawn. So they spawn nearby. Hey, I appreciate that, Adrian. Thank you very much. Whales. You're way out there. Comparatively speaking, right? Comparatively speaking. Alright, let's see how many we got. That's the wrong button. Draven, wrong button. Some. It's not a ton, but it'll get us. It'll run us the next couple of hours at least while I'm streaming. I forgot to come in here and mine any of this today, so that's a little bit on me. A little bit on me. All right, so let's take that upstairs. Take the old backity pack off. Slap that there, and that's pulling all the RGB out of my backpack into this chest, which automatically feeds it into the printer, which then feeds into here and kicks it into my storage system. So there we go. Do that. So that's good. This one here is set up the same way for me to be able to unload it, except it'll pull Blackstone out, so that way it's convenient for me to make what I'm making. This is going, I'm at the point now where I'm producing materials for your uranium faster than I'm going to uranium now. I just have to smelt it every so often. I'll take 2 or 3 minutes to make a bunch of the ore, and then the system automatically pulls it out and sends it to my smelters up here, and then the smelted ingots automatically go over here into my system, and then I have a messes of uranium to work with. So that's cool. Yeah, a little bit clean today. I don't know if we'll get started on this today. We'll probably do this tomorrow. But that's where I'm at right now. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. If I sound a little off again, I'm not feeling well tonight, but I promised I'd give the tour today, and I didn't want to lay anybody down. Oh, another thing I did today. I remember. So I went through all of our gateway pearls. I went through all the gateway pearls. Hang on. Sorry, Flemmy. And cleaned them all out and put them in the inventory system, except for the ones I actually need to finish the achievements. So no more digging. We'll do a color today. There are multiples of each. I did bring multiple. I brought the whole stack just in case I was the fail one or something, you know. But these are all the ones I need to finish getting all the trophies and doing all the different gateways, except for the actual, like, final gateways, right? The ones that are, like, the entire challenge. We still have to do some of those. But I'll figure I'll do those last. Hello, Chrissy. Good day. But yeah, we could do some of those right now. That would be pretty cool. Let me get my bow. Let me get my bow. And let me get some arrows. Because I'll need some of those. It's probably more than enough arrows. I don't think I need that many arrows. Let's see. What color will we do today? Hello, Butter. Good day. I mean, we'll start on the bottom, right? Let's do all the white ones today. So, oh, I did turn off the turtle thing, but I forgot to come down and remove the turtles. So there are turtles everywhere. That is something we will deal with. Let me get rid of a couple before turtle shows up. All right, so we need a polar bear gateway. Let us polar bear the gateway. Many of these I will not need the bow and arrow, except for, like, creepers. I don't even know what all these are. I just know I need them all. So that's polar bear gateway. Polar bears. Polar bears look cool. I think they're a good addition to Minecraft. Bears. I'm surprised we have polar bears, but not regular bears in Minecraft. That seems a little more surprising to me. Like, I mean, not that I'm pro regular bear, anti polar bear, but I like actually polar bears better. But I am surprised. What happened to your staff thing? This is my staff thing. Draconic Staff of Power. That's it. I'm using it. I'm confused. Polar bears, which unfortunately I have to kill. I do have to kill the polar bears. I don't want to kill the polar bears, but I had to. trophy statue will hang on to. I have too many arrows. I don't need that many. Did it used to look different? I don't even know. Did it? It might have. I didn't think it did. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it had the little flamey ball in the middle. Hold on a minute. Am I using the wrong thing? Oh yeah, they did change the way it looked, and some of the stuff's not even showing up now. Draconium chest. Yeah, it looked like the Tower of Sauron from Lord of the Rings. Yeah, and the little glowy ball in the middle. It looked awesome. You're right. I don't know what happened to it. They changed it. Draconic Staff of Power. I mean, it's the right thing. It's got all my enchants on it, so it didn't grab the wrong one or anything. How strange. Hello, Courtney. We're being blown away by the fact that it looks like it used to be honest. This is the old design, I thought. The other one, yeah, it was more like a fork with the Eye of Sauron floating in the middle. How strange. Do I need skeleton? I don't know if I need skeleton. I guess we will find out. We're just doing one color. We're going to do one color a day. One color a day. Butter, how long have I been playing Minecraft? Like streaming it, or since the first day I started playing Minecraft? Minecraft itself, 12 or 13 years, I want to say. I mean, I played several years of just vanilla. I mean, I'm with my wife 13 years, and I started playing the year before I met her, so somewhere around 13 years, 13, 14 years, I'd say. I've been playing Minecraft. I wanted to play Minecraft because I saw Achievement Hunter playing Minecraft. Back in Rooster Teeth, a huge Rooster Teeth fan. And so whenever the original Rooster Teeth, original Minecraft series came out, I started about 3 or 4 months later because I wanted to play it, but my computer couldn't handle Minecraft. To give you an idea of how bad a computer can be, right? My computer couldn't handle Minecraft. Of all things. What's this one? What did I put down? Snow golems. So I wanted to get it, and I was like, well, I'll have to save till I get it. Or I wanted to get it, but I didn't have the money at the time. That's what it was. That's awesome. And then my roommate got it for me for Christmas, like soon after, I want to say, or birthday. Got it for me for something. They got me, like, you could buy the gift card, like, at the store, but it was Minecraft on it. And I tried to download it to my computer, and that's when I found out my computer couldn't handle it. So I sat there for a couple months because I didn't have a better computer, and I didn't have the money for one, so I started playing the mobile version first. So I actually played it on the phone before I ever played it on PC. And then soon after, I was able to get a hold of a really good laptop, and I used it on there for years. Until I got closer to the time that I did use that for a while before I started playing modded Minecraft. I did, like I said, vanilla for a very long time. Alright, so there's the snow golem. Where'd the snow golem go? There. Build the snow golem. Now we're going to do skeleton horse. I hope none of these are hard. I also still watch them. I just watched through the Minecraft series over a couple months last year. Most of the series, I should say. Skeleton horse, not as bad as I thought it would be. The last year or two of the Minecraft, it just wasn't doing it for me. There's too many people and none of the original people. And nothing against the people that were on there, but it was kind of the connection of the original people that I enjoyed the most in Minecraft. You know, Jack and Jeff and Gavin, all that kind of stuff. Not that I had anything against the people that joined into it. In fact, I enjoyed all the new people in many of their other Let's Play stuff. But in Minecraft, it just didn't feel the same to me. More skeleton horse. Look at all the groaning. That's not a cool noise at all. I don't like that at all. That's scary. Alright, so there's that. Skeleton horse is done. Clean some of these up here. I don't need any of these heads. We've already done those 3. So that's cool. Let's see what's next. Llamas. Llama ding dong. Let's get us some llamas. Again, we're just doing a couple things today, and then we're going to be switching over. I promised yesterday that today I'd give a tour. Oh, let me get them before they kill each other. A tour of some of my Sky Factory 4 worlds from previous years and playthroughs. So we're going to go back and do a Minecraft Sky Factory 4 tour. We'll do that here in just a couple minutes, actually. As soon as I finish these pearls, we'll switch over. Actually, we may do some of these tomorrow. These are taking longer than I thought. There were a lot of white ones. We'll finish the llama, and then we'll go to look at some Sky Factory 4 for those folks who've been wanting to see that, especially some of the newer folks who may not have had an opportunity to come to some of the old streams. Clean up the snow. Pandas. Okay, well, we're going to do pandas too, because I want that. What do I got left? That's that. There's only 3. We'll finish these out. We'll finish these out real quick. That way I say I've done something. Pandas, I'm sorry. Oh, the noises are heartbreaking. Hello, White Wing. Good day. How goes it? White Wing. I almost feel like that should be right wing, but then you're a hockey goalie. If you're a goalie, how could you be the right winger? Confusing. Interesting, yet confusing. Well, I'll give him a minute to say that he doesn't want me to, and if he says that, I won't. See how fair that is, Terry? I'm all about that. I'm all about giving people their shot. Oh, pandas, I'm so sorry. The noises, man. It's the noises. Why do you... I hate these wigs. I hate they stop... wish they'd stop giving me the froze. Melon something. Melon... What is that? Melon golem? What's a melon golem? It's like a snow golem, but made out of melons? That'd be cool. I don't think I've ever seen a melon golem. Oh. It's a... Dude, it looks like... It looks like a snow golem wearing a mask from Payday 2. Just my thought. So I'd share that with you. Letting you all be in the know. With how Draven's mind works, which rarely does. Rarely does. So let me see. That'll be the Melon Gateway. Leaves us with Opalescent Eye and White Vein Creeper. Creeper is where I need the bow. There's an achievement to get all the trophies, right? That's what we're doing here, by the way, in case you're wondering what in the world Draven is doing. We're getting the achievement for doing all the things. Opalescent Eye. I have no idea what this is. Completely confused. No idea what an opalescent eye is. Well, it looks like it's a slime with gravity issues. Well, it seems to cause too many problems. I got lots of snow in here, though. Let me clean up some of this snow. And the opalescent eye. Well, I don't like tinkers for gear. No, come back here. Where is he? Keeps floating up. I win. But there is no tinkers in Sky Factory 5, so I couldn't use tinkers. They're not. It's not in this pack. Well, there isn't a tool in Tinkers that's as strong as the tool I'm using right now. The Draconic weapon is one of the more powerful weapons in the game. For sure. Alright, now we're doing White Vein Mine Creepers. Alright, so now we're going to switch over to the bow. So they don't blow up. Oh, you're good? No. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, Sky Factory 5 does not have any form of Tinkers in it. Blart, blart. I made a little duty sound when I did that. I don't even think I need to fly, to be honest, but I will. I have all these flying powers, I should use them. I'm very end game in this pack at this point. I've reached the point where we're just doing the last few cleanup on a few achievements. And then gonna build some things for fun, some aesthetic and decorative type things, and then I'll probably move on to a new pack. Legit. Wait, I didn't get the achievement for the white one. Why not? White trophy. Skeleton wolf. Oh no. Am I missing one? I guess I am. Skeleton wolf. Okay, here it is. I was missing one. Sorry. Messed that up. We gotta do one last one. Skeleton wolf. That's cool. I don't think I've ever seen a skeleton wolf. Interesting. This will be the last one of these that we do. They look kind of cool, though. I know there were some people who were really wanting to see the tour tonight. Unfortunately, I was hoping they'd arrive in time for before it started. Dead. 4 more and we're done. Or 4 more skeleton wolves and we'll be done. I don't know if you can see her or not. There's my kitty Buffy. She's sleeping on the chair. Hey, Buffy. Oh, I'm sorry. I scared her by turning the chair. She got scared. I'm sorry, Buffy. She's sitting in front of our little space heater. There it is. White trophies. All right. Achievement. All right. Let me go and put these away. Excellent. Go put these away. And the bow. All right. So we've knocked out another color. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 colors left. Whew. We may have to do a couple today. I may do a couple of the easy ones off camera so we can have a few to finish up with. But yeah, so Skyfactory 4, like I said, mostly today was about cleanup, preparing for our build for tomorrow, which is where we begin building our skyscraper. And then we knocked out a color, which I said I was going to try to do every day. So I'm going to switch over to Sky Factory 4, and we will begin the SF4 tour as I have promised. Cool? Bear with me here. It'll take a couple minutes to switch the game out. 1 second. And we'll go ahead. Oh, my camera's crooked again. I got to fix that. I apologize if I look crooked to you. It was not my intention to be crooked today. I'm a straight shooter. Not crooked. Yeah, I'm definitely I would be at end game at this point. I would say. I mean, I've done pretty much everything, right? I guess I could make my weapons into the chaotic weapons. I haven't done that yet. I've got this stuff now. Okie dokie. Now, Sky Factory 4 does take a couple minutes to load, so for that I apologize. You have to hang out with me for a couple minutes while it's doing. You have to look at my ugly mug zoomed in. My apologies for the horrendous visuals that you're currently receiving. You should try D&D. It is so fun. I have been playing Dungeons & Dragons for, let's see, we're going to be 48 this year, and I started when I was 11, so 37 years I've been playing Dungeons & Dragons. I have a Dungeons & Dragons podcast on this channel, to be honest with you. So, D&D I'm aware of, for sure. Take a bow. Alright, it's slowly starting to boot up. So, is there anything in particular that you've ever built in Minecraft that you're particularly proud of? Maybe a base or a castle or something like that? Maybe a particular automation that you found, something decorative that you like? What character type? I dungeon master only. I don't play characters anymore. I haven't actually played a character probably 20 plus years at this point. But favorite characters were, when I did play as a character, was a human chaotic neutral mage, chaotic good male minotaur fighter, and a Kender thief. But I play 2nd edition, so many things like Dragonborn and stuff did not exist or do not exist in 2nd edition. So I prefer the more traditional character class and race types than I do most anything that 5th edition offers. That's just my personal take on it. But as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters, right? It doesn't matter what I like. I mean, when it comes to Dungeons & Dragons, if you got a group and everybody's having fun, there's no wrong way to play, you know what I mean? Whether you're 2nd edition, 3rd, 4th, 5th, maybe not 3rd. Nobody likes to talk about 3rd, but or 1st, of course. OG D&D, that's the jam right there. I started in OG D&D and then went to Advanced D&D 2nd edition pretty quickly, as soon as it was available. But I love it a lot. Okay. It is still loading, so bear with me. Like I said, unfortunately, Sky Factory 4 is not fast to load, so we will let it do its thing eventually. I think it took about 5 or 6 minutes yesterday. Yeah, I agree. And it's cool that your dad DMs for you. It's good to, when you've got someone you can trust to write a good story. That's everything, right? Without the story, everything falls apart. Everything just falls apart. It's a good song. Sorry, I thought about that song for a second. So my wife and I went to see a movie today. She wanted to go see a movie. Unfortunately, being out and stuff sometimes is a little bit more than she can handle for her health. So she's been feeling very poorly ever since. But she really liked the movie, and that's what matters. The movie was called Heart Eyes. And it was like a Valentine's-themed romantic horror. Is the best description I can think of. It's challenge. It was an interesting flick. Zeri Kim says, "Will you make a tutorial on how to build the world dimension create thing?" Yes, that is on my list of to do. I did not get to do things today, unfortunately. I was going to do a tutorial today, but for health reasons was unable to. I am hoping to have a couple out by Wednesday. I don't stream Tuesday night, so I'm going to be able to do a couple there. But yes, 100%, I do have that on my list to how to build a dimension. I'm thinking about how to build a dimension, how to build a dimlets. So I'll probably break it into a couple short ones. You know what I mean? Because I don't like to do, I try to keep them no more than 10 to 12 minutes if I can help it. 5 to 6 minutes is the sweet spot. I love to have short ones. But some processes are just too complicated to do that, right? Like when I finally do the Draconic Reactor and stuff, that's probably going to take a little longer than the traditional one. But I'll probably break it into a couple smaller ones. And some people may not need all of them, right? That's the thought. And then those people who may not need the real early basic ones can jump right to the stuff they need. And the people who are just starting out have the basics. So my goal in those situations, I try to put them all out at once or close together, like within just a couple days. If it's several in a series, I try to get them all done and then release them. So people, you're playing your own world, right? You don't want to read the first part and then have to wait 2 weeks for the second part to come out, right? That would be irritating. So I do try to do them all at once. So I'm trying to try to put some of those together probably Tuesday night, because I don't stream Tuesday nights, is my thought. I will film those out, and then if all goes as planned, I'll have them out Wednesday. So I can put I know how to use a cloche to automate die is the first one I got to make because it's been asked for a lot. Tutorials are great for helpful. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Terry is correct. There's no streams Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and I think at this point Thursdays are probably going to get nixed as well. I think that starting from now, stream days are going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 4 days of streams. Give me a little bit more time to work on tutorials because I've been streaming so much since Sky Factory 5 comes out. It's been very hard to find time to actually do tutorials and stuff well because they're a little time consuming, right? They are a little time consuming. Okay, good news. Sky Factory 4 is up and going. Okay, so we have several Sky Factory 4 worlds that we can look at. Some of these I don't even remember exactly what they are. But oh, I know some of them. Okay, so we're going to start with this one, which is probably one of the best Sky Factory playthroughs I've had. It was the series was based on challenges. Hello, Marie. If I didn't say Marie, I apologize. If I did already, then you get it twice. I want to make sure I don't miss it. The Sky Factory Challenges world, the concept was is people in the community gave me different challenges of things they wanted me to do. So there are a lot of automated processes built here that I would not normally make because I don't make processes that don't need to be done, but there were challenges to see if I could do it. And so we did what we could. So you're going to see a bunch of different stuff on here. But this is my house. This is my castle. I was challenged to make a castle house. So this is my castle. And then that is a pumpkin, my 2 reactors. That was where I killed withers. That is a big old giant statue of me. Things are loading in. You might see a little leg. That was my kitty, Mr. Midnight, who passed away a couple years ago. That's Mr. Midnight. That's a big old Santa hat for Christmas land, and the pumpkin was for Halloween land. This was the Twitch arena, because I started streaming on Twitch at the same time as I was playing this playthrough. And that over there was my personal house, which we'll look at as well. So there's a lot of things to look at here. Wasn't one No Mystical, or was that a different series? No, there was one that was... No, I think that was a different series. I don't think it was Sky Factory. I know there was one where I tried not to use Mystical. I just don't remember what it was, to be honest with you. Oh, was that All the Mods 8? I tried using bees and no Mystical. It might have been All the Mods 8. I only used like 5 or 6 seeds and cloches because there was a couple of things that you really couldn't get any other way, and I need a lot of, like redstone and things. I think that might have been All the Mods 8, where I really tried to use bees as my primary. So anyways, we'll start with the old castle. So here we have my castle. We have all sorts of things to look at here. So we'll look at those. But we'll begin with the basics, right? This is my kind of starting crafting area. This is my simple storage system. Wow, I was looking up something called Mac. Why is it listed like that? By amount, that's better. Okay. So, yeah, here we are. So we got this. It's a black hole tank full of experience if I need it. Infinite water source in case I needed water. This is my overflow. Boy, that's full. I'm going to have to do something with that. That's an input. That's another input or export. That's another backup. That's what it is. That's another overflow. I got a lot of overflows. Inside this compact machine. Oh, that's a cool one. We're looking. Got a lot of compact machines we're going to look at in here. You like the brick? Oh, thank you. Skyward playthrough because people were trying to get you to not be an Android as well. Possibly. Yes, this is nether brick. Using chisel to get the dark lava brick. And then down here is lava stone using Zag. Zag is one of my favorite designs of chisel in Sky Factory 4. That's just the door. So this is where I'm making some chorus fruit and stuff. This is just where I made things that I could put in my storage system. Let's see the storage system. Do me a favor, White Wing. Don't post the same thing over and over again. I'd appreciate that. So then down here is all of my storage area for simple storage and all of my saplings. This is also where my auto crafting is. This is the pack where I really figured out how to use auto crafting with simple storage. And this pack did a lot of that. And then downstairs from this was my altar. This is my ode to Darkosto. Darkosto, the man who made Sky Factory 4 and 5. And other ones as well. But these are food items that I made for him. Every time I made a food item, I give one to Darkosto. But Darkosto's the bomb diggity. I wouldn't have a channel if it wasn't for Sky Factory 4, right? But that's Darkosto. That's also his head up there, you know, in respect. What do we got here? So, yeah, let me show you this compact machine. This is a cool one. So, speaking of tinkers, you like tinkers, in Sky Factory 4, in here is everything you need to do tinkers. So, every type of material that you can make a tinker's item out of is already in here prepped and ready to go. And every type of moderator or modifier, Every type of modifier that you want is here as well. Everything from silky to ender pearls, raw fish, if you can make it. This was a one-stop shop for crafting anything you want in Tinkers. All in one little compact machine block. And that was all my stuff there. So that was a cool one we put together. How do you get a Darkosto head? Okay, so in Sky Factory 4, just when regular player mobs were a type of mob that spawned everywhere, and Darkosto was one of them. So if you had beheading, occasionally it would drop one just from killing one, right? They were like a zombie, but they were all the different players. And so occasionally Darkosto head would drop. I made a mob farm with beheading all throughout it, using mob mashers, to get the heads of everyone. But let's talk about that. So see over there, that big old statue of Draven? The head is hollow, much like in real life. And inside there is all the heads that you can get in the game. So these are all the different mob heads. These are the Twilight Forest heads. These are the different player heads, including Bacon Donut and Darkosto, who made this. You also could drop a cake. That's correct. But yes, so this is my little museum of heads. I always collect the heads in Sky Factory 4 every playthrough. It's one of my favorite things to do. This is Robot. He takes care of the place for me, curates my museum, makes sure the carpet stays vacuumed. It's very important. He does very good work. We all love Robot. I don't know why that chest is there, but so there was that one, and then this portal leads to. Oh, this is the Twitch Coliseum, the Twitch Arena. I made a big old Twitch, three-dimensional Twitch symbol. Looks kind of cool. But I was challenged to make a Coliseum, so we did. And it was cool. I made that. I got portals that take me places. Had a hard time with the horse heads. I did have a hard time with the horse heads. You are correct. This one leads to my house. We'll look at that one in a minute. Let's look some more at this place. So this was my Matter Overdrive, right? This is where I did my Android stuff. This is just some automation of different smelting machines. I've got machines auto-smelting right now. Deep Mob Learning, right? Obviously, what was I working on? Twilight Forest data model. Energy cube, storing power. This was my smeltery, fully automated, as needed. Miscellaneous furnace, potion making stuff, miscellaneous things, armor from the Twilight Forest, Matter Overdrive, extra heads. That's all of my singularities. Got to have a Martha Stewart right over here. And it's all the basic machines you need in the game. This is my quantum compressor. This was automation for, I think, ferroboron and a couple other different things. Back here was my bed. These were my chickens. Sadly, there's only one chicken left. That's sad. I had lots of chickens. Oh, no more chickens. What do we got here? This is armor. It's empty. Weapons. Books. More books. Lots of those. Automated obsidian. So this is the process to automate obsidian. I do have a tutorial on that, but that's it right there. Then in here we have laser drills. So this was a laser drill that was, pulling out all the stuff. And then on the other side of the... I'm so fast. On the other side of the laser drill is automated. So everything that's made from the laser drill is automated, either broken, crushed, or smelted. So its final resource goes automatically into my storage system. So that was that. And then we have this, of course, melter for alloying and such. Do I have a super singularity? Yes, I have all the singularities. This is Mistcraft. So in here's where you make all the different dimensions in Sky Factory 4. I did that in here. Because you need feathers and some of them used for spawning. Possibly, I believe so. And then some more Tinker's stuff. This is what I had originally before I made the Super Tinker Cube. We'll come back to automation in a minute. These are just different machines. This is where I first came up with this kind of design that I use quite frequently. Put the item in here, goes into the machine, then automatically gets fed into my storage system. And then back here, all the cakes that take me to the different dimensions. So let's talk about some of the automations, because that's something that's popular to people. I don't remember what was in this. This is just making me some type of... This... Excuse me. This is a compact machine automated farm, and the design that I most commonly use in Sky Factory 4, although I also do it 3 levels if I really want to save space or make a lot of the same material. This is for the automation of deuterium. So inside of this one, all it does is produce deuterium. That one was lithium. That is correct. This one is automating making item cables. Because item cables are annoying, right? Item cables are annoying because you have to have bricks. And you gotta have bricks. You have cooked bricks and clay and blah, blah, blah. I'm putting it all together. So I automated the process to make... Somebody challenged me to do that. So in there, it makes me item cables. How many do I have? That is not my storage system. I have 105,000 item cables. Because you use a lot of them. And it takes a while to make them with the bricks and everything. This is the automation of concrete powder. Because I built the whole giant pumpkin out of orange concrete powder. So this makes concrete powder. It's making it still. I don't have it coming out into the system, but it's still making it in a filing cabinet. I've got a couple 100,000 of that in there. And this is cubic boron nitride. A lot of these things were for the nuclear fusion reactor. You needed different fuels and different items, and so I automated how to make some of that stuff for that. Do you still have the save that had the Merge Worlds build in it? You know, Ezreal, I don't, and I'll tell you why. Because Draven is an idiot, first of all. Let me clarify and straighten that right out of the gate. I didn't mean to delete it, but I did. Because I forgot that the save for Merge Worlds was not in Sky Factory 4. It was actually in Sky Farm, where there were a lot more decorative blocks. And when I deleted Sky Farm because one of my worlds got corrupted and I wasn't going to use it anymore, I accidentally lost the backup of the months that I put into building Serenity in Merge Worlds. And, of course, by the time I figured it out, went in to try to get it, I realized what I'd done. So, my mistake, but I unfortunately do not. I was challenged to automate making macaroni and cheese. So Betsy's processed macaroni and cheese is in here. So basically what I've done is automate making macaroni and cheese. So I'm making the wheat down here for the noodles. This isn't, you can't see the cow, but there's an automatic milking set up here. And all of it was making macaroni and cheese. Let's see how much macaroni and cheese I've got. I'm sitting on 149,000 macaroni and cheeses. Delicious. And normally I don't do that type of thing, right? So this is the automation of tough alloy, which you use in a lot of stuff, especially the reactors that I was making. TBU fuel is the fuel that's running my fission reactor. That is that big square guy over there. Maximum size fission reactor was one of the achievements. No, Doris, why would you do that to me? So that's my TBI fuel. This is automating sugarcane and compressing it into an octuple sugarcane cube, which is an achievement in Sky Factory 4. So that automatically does that. And this one is making an auto-compressing an octuple netherrack, compressed netherrack, which is also an achievement in Sky Factory 4. So I got those processes going and let them go. Dense water cubes. So I use infinite water cubes a lot in Sky Factory 4. That would have to run different water pipes everywhere. I just slap an infinite water source down, have all the water I need. So I got tired of making them because they can take a little while, so I automated that. So this is making dense infinite water cubes, of which I have 473. It's actually a relatively slow process, but it's still faster than me doing it myself. Did you automate the double s'more this playthrough? I believe I did. I don't think we're to it yet, but yes. This one I was particularly proud of. This is where I automated the production of maximum size compact machines in the way that compact machines were built in Sky Factory 4. The more modern version of this compact machines that you find in most modern mod packs, much better. Wouldn't have to do half the stuff I had to do to build that thing. Because that whole orange light thing and having to throw items into the middle of it, all of that was taken away. But this is where I figured out how to automate it. You'll notice there are other compact machines in here, and each one of those has their own automated system building the different parts you need for a compact machine. But if we look at compact machines, I have over 8,400 empty ones I haven't used yet because I use them a lot. You put something in the middle of the crafting table and you craft. That's correct. Yeah, you just build it in the crafting table. It just needs netherite. But netherite didn't exist when Sky Factory 4 came out. Calcium sulfate, which in my opinion is still the hardest thing to make automated in Sky Factory 4. Slightly harder than HDVI pellets or HDI, whatever they are. Calcium sulfate's the devil. And this is where I automated plastic, of course. We use plastic a lot, so we have that. This is automation of all of the different mystical agriculture essences, right? Supremium, Insanium, Superium, Intermedium, and Prudentium. I don't have one automating the original one, like just Inferium, because I already have that somewhere else. But this is making all of the different essences. Where I looked at that. Here we go. This is where I automated polymer clay. Because back, Deep Mob Learning used polymer clay to run these things. The loot fabricator. I'm sorry, the simulation chamber. Now, in moderns, it uses predictions, which doesn't need quite as many of the harder to make components. But in this one, you had to use the polymer clay. And then the polymer clay leads into here, which is making me items. It's a loot fabricator farm of the things that I usually need the most. Nether stars and things like that. More s'more double smingets. I believe that was the question. Someone asked if I did the more s'more double sminget. Yes. This is the first time that I automated the more s'more double smingets. I have since found a better ways to do it. We'll see that in another world. But in this one, yes, this is the more s'more double smingets. Automation of HDPE pellets. I built that 100 times. Automation of wool. Not using sheep, using string trees. Okay, so that's all the automations. So we'll go and we'll take... up here is just a mystical agriculture farm. Up here is my induction matrix, which is saving me power from all the energy production I have. This is my flux. This is where I was doing astral sorcery. This is where I was making compact machines before I automated it. And then we have, like I said, the Twitch Coliseum. So we'll go take a look at a couple of the inside things here. So this was Christmas Land. Again, I was challenged to do these things. So there's Christmas Land. So we got ourselves a little... I had more Christmas animals, but they despawned over time. Yeah, big old Santa sleigh, Christmas tree. This was supposed to be Santa's house. This is milk and cookies. It's where he builds his toys. His bedroom and stuff. His own little Christmas tree. So yeah, this is just a little Christmas themed things. I think Christmas fell on one of the... during this series. I think Halloween through Christmas actually did. Which is why we have... Oh, before we go over to look at Halloween Land. This was my head farm. Remember I told you I was farming heads? So... basically, no, not the end of Sky Factory 5. I'm just doing a request. Yeah, we're still doing Sky Factory 5. Now we're getting into all the aesthetic building of Sky Factory 5. I've done most of the achievement hunting, if you will, that I'm going to do. So now it's going to be just building some fun stuff in Sky Factory 5. But that's still going to be going on for a while. So in here, basically, I would make a spawner of whatever I needed heads from. I would slap it on the bottom of this conveyor belt, and then they would just fall in there, and I would get a ton of heads. So that's where I was getting heads from. Diggity. Maximum size fusion reactor, and then we have Halloween Town. Inside Halloween Town, we have a tentacle monster coming out of the ground. Oh, you're good. I promised yesterday I would do that. You can see that's cracking. It's basically summoned from the abyss, if you will. It's kind of the idea. I got a little smoky mausoleum over here. Some skeletons and stuff in it. I'm not in creative. I just use syringes to make them all passive so they don't attack people. And then I made a little pumpkin farm. I made a spooky tree. And then I made a haunted house and I put some witches in it. It's meant to be more looked at from outside. It's not meant to be really go inside. But I put a little witch up there. But again, they're all passive. They're all passive. So this is inside the pumpkin. And then the last thing to look at is my house. Again, this world was all about challenges and being challenged to do things by the community. You'll notice Draven loves cats. You should know this about me by now. Yes, I know, kitties. I love you. So let's see. I built a magical outdoor land. It's actually inside, but I used bricks that look like sky, so it looks like it's inside. This is my outdoor little park area I built. I made it look like you're going in and outside of the tree to go back in the house. I was very proud of that. Minimally cool, I know. This is my lounge. This is my little hunting lounge. More heads, of course. Where I sit here and have a beverage, maybe entertain some guests. Classic weapons of fights. This is the bedroom for my kitties. So that's Buffy. You all know my kitty, Buffy. That's her ducky. This was Mr. Midnight. Unfortunately, Mr. Midnight passed away a couple years ago, but we love him. And this is Patches, my other kitty. And they all have their own little litter boxes. And they got some kitty toys, squishies, fishies on the wall. This is a carrot on a stick. I play with the kitties. So this is the cat's bedroom. Yes, I'm a weirdo. This is my magic room, my magic library, where I do magical library things, in case you were wondering. This was supposed to be a haunted house that you walk through. This door is normally closed, so basically the way it works is... There it was. So, there it is. So it's closed. The object's like an escape room. You got to find your way out, and you realize that one of the swords is not like the other. You fix that, and that's what lets you out. So you follow that out there. You come into my horror kitchen. There's some people's heads on there. Blood all over the floor. Blood and meat and dead things in the fridge. I was happy with that. Then you follow your haunted house upstairs to my bedroom. Spooky bedroom. There's monsters under the bed. And there's also, in the mirror, ghosts. Scary. Then we go into spider hell. Spiders of all different sizes and spider webs. This is my armor trophy room. This is my torture chamber. With syringes for uses on the tortured. Oh, hang on. Let me click something here real quick. So yeah, some chains for whatever. Library. And then this is my haunted house room. Although I did make too many balloons. Too many balloons. That was my fault. Follow that downstairs out of the circus. And then you enter into my little witchy area. And then you go through the haunted graveyard to get to the exit. There we go. So there's that. That's the first floor. I know, kitties. I love you. Second floor. This is where I stream from. You don't know this? I'm here right now. This is Draven sitting in his desk, live streaming for you guys, making games. Got some bevs and some pizzas and food ready to go. It's my green screen for all my green screen stuff. This is where Draven is streaming. It's my drink. And this was a kid's bedroom. Somebody said to make a kid's bedroom. So I made bunk beds, a little table and a desk, and I gave them each a chest for their one toy. It'll hold one item. I'm a turd like that. I love you, kitties. Okay. So, then we go to the back of the house. And that's Draven's circus. So this is my circus. I tried to make it look like a night sky out there. That's the downstairs. Both exit same place. This is Big Top. That's where I put on shows. It's very cool. This is my... Why is there a regular chicken? So these are monsters. So Sky Factory 4, if you go into creative, there are some creatures that are mutated that you can't get any other way. That's the mutated chickens. Mutated cows. You can see their skins all off them and they got eyes all over. The pigs. Turn around, piggies. I want to show your face. And there's also sheep. They have just one big old eyeball in the front of their face. But I thought those were pretty cool. So I like those. And then I have over here some carnival games. Right? Shoot the bows and arrows. Win a prize. And then fishing. Right? You can fish, win a stuffed animal. People challenged me to do it. So I was challenged to make a roller coaster. Challenged to make a roller coaster. And so I decided to make a roller coaster that was a tour. Yay. So this took a little while to put together, but I wanted to build a roller coaster that wasn't just straight, right? Because that would get boring. Turn my sound down a bit so that's not quite as loud for you guys. So I made a roller coaster, and I think it's the only real roller coaster I've ever made in Sky Factory. Yee! It's kind of, I like the fact that it just floats out in space, right? And I tried to run it through all the different stuff, right? All the different stuff I built. So we get a little tour of Halloween Town. So we scooch through. And then we get to look at the maximum size fusion reactor. Oops, hit a slow spot. There we go. You can see my castle over there. Hope you guys are enjoying this. I promised I'd do it today. So this is the fusion reactor. Now, we did not get the fusion reactor to work in this playthrough. It was one of the only achievements I could never get at this point in Sky Factory. I have gotten it several times since. But in this one, I don't believe we ever got the fusion reactor to completely work. I found my failings after that. And now we're going to go inside of Draven's butt and come out, you know, somewhere. And there's Mr. Midnight, my kitty. I thought that, you know, now I think I could redo that better than I did then, but it wasn't horrible for a first attempt at trying to build something. I never did a lot of that kind of stuff. It looks better from the front than it does from the side. And then this takes us to Christmas Town. God, I can't remember how long this took to make. It took a while. So for the Christmas lights, I used different pristine from Deep Mob Learning. And then I used glass frames. Because glass frames, when you put an item on it, the frame disappears. So it's just the item sitting there. So Nightmare Fuel, which part? And then it goes over here through the Twitch Coliseum, and then I think it takes us back to the end. To where we started. So we get a brief look at the Twitch Coliseum. I built this Coliseum in several worlds and designed it for a PvP game for players that I never got to play with anybody. I have a Sky Factory 4 world that I built on a server with a whole bunch of Let's Play games. And I brought some people in from the community and a lot of my moderators and stuff. And we spent like 8 or 10 hours playing through less than half of them. But they were fun. I filmed some of them, put them out as... I filmed it all, but I put some of them out as videos. They're on the channel somewhere. And you put that away, and you have that. I did the same thing with nether stars on chains to make it look like stars in the sky. And then on the walls, it was this. I should do what again sometime with another pack. I still have the Sky Factory 4 world. I've got a bunch of games that I built I never got to play. So yeah, so that was the Sky Factory 4 Challenge world. I think that's everything to show you from this one. But I have more worlds. We have others to look at. So I'm pretty sure that was everything from this one. But this was probably one of the more fun playthroughs I had just for everything. Oh, the minecart ride? I'm not going to make everybody watch that one more time. So let's switch over and take a look at a different one. Because I have a few worlds we're going to look at. Some of them won't take as long. So that was challenges. Let's see. We'll look at the prestige one next. Now I'm not showing you them in the order that I actually went through them. Some of these are actually from before and after each other, so I'm just going in there. Make creative games in creative. The problem is, of course, just putting it all together and then having people. So this is the playthrough where I was. Why can't I not fly? I can't fly in my glitch armor for some reason. There we go. Glitched, literally. If you rise it again. Oh yeah. Trying to play some zombies. So I started here, right? This is my playthrough, but this was a prestige playthrough, and I was challenged to build my house in the Lost Cities. Is what somewhere different. This one. This is where I automated getting prestige points. Don't skip before I was in the middle of automating the Pandora's box. The Parabox, this one here? Yeah. This is my automation of the Parabox. But we'll go to the Lost Cities. So this is my house in the Lost Cities. But before we look at all this, let's go upstairs and look at how it looks. Okay, so here's the Lost Cities. I cleaned out a dome, flattened it out, and made my own little place here. And up here is where I have a bunch of my machines, some automations. I don't even know what that's making. Fermentation system. Oh, that's making liquid meat, I believe. Deep model learning some things. Every time I summon this guy, he hits the glass up top and then either dies or doesn't make it. This is where I did my automatic fishing. We'll see what those are in a minute. This is poop. This is where I make poop for mulch. This is an automated farm of potatoes. I don't remember why I needed all those potatoes. That's where I made my compact machines. And then I made a barn. Big old barn with a farm on it for hay, because this is where I automated all of the resource hogs. So all the resource hogs are here making all the different resources. Get out of here before I pick up a bunch of truffles. But that's all the resource hogs. And then if we go up one more, this is where I was doing astral sorcery. Again, I'm showing you things that are different from the last ones. This is, I think, the furthest I ever got in astral sorcery. We got most of the way through it. The HTV pellets. Oh, I think I probably could be right. Yeah, that might be why we... That or biofuel. Could have been both, to be honest with you. So then we go downstairs, because I built it underground in the Lost Cities. To the left here is my smeltery. This is my Tinker's section. That's power. This little room in the back was my laser drill, which I didn't use much in this one. This is my primary house. Heads, again, as always. This is my room for robot stuff, Matter Overdrive. As you can see, I'm an android on the left. This is behind the guts of the machines and stuff. Matter Overdrive room. My cakes to take me places. Potions. This is... I think we were just working on that one. I don't remember what that ended up being. Whoop, there we go. This is where I learned that if you put a diamond on a compact chest, you can break it and the stuff doesn't come out of it. So you can pick up the items. Simple storage system again, obviously. Including that. Of course, this one was a prestige playthrough, so we had transportation, EMC, robot stuff, more heads, always. The cookie achievement, got all the cookies. This was my personal kitchen. That's my walrus. This is my kitchen, and then this was my bedroom. That's also where I play video games. One monitor setup. Psh, noob. Noob. That's embarrassing, really. So my simple storage went in here, and up here. So these are all my simple storage. And then over here is my automation, as well as... This is where I really started, where we discovered junk storage units and how awesome they were. Boy, are they good. Love junk storage. Automation back here was, I believe, HDPE pellets. Or something like that. Oh, liquid ethylene? Yeah, HDPE pellets. So that's automation in here. And then we made the disco room. I just like that texture and I wanted to use it for something. This is my armor, the good armor I usually use for most stuff. See what's up over here. And then up here we had more automations. This was for blazing pyrotheum and a bunch of the different deep mob learning. This is where I was filling up a compact machine with cobblestone to get the achievement, to get it filled. Maximum size there. These are more automations of things. I think this is crystalline sulfate. More automations. This is where I tried to learn open computers. Open computers was just beyond me, man. I don't have that much of a technical mind. But these are all automations of different things. And then over in here, we have my trophy room. We'll do that one in a second. Over here is where I was automating fuel for maximum size fusion reactors again. So that's where this is coolant and all that stuff. Gem armor. Thank you very much, Lex. I couldn't think of the name of it. And this is where we automated more s'more double smingots again. In a better process than I had before. Back here's the farm for it. And here's where I get my cocoa beans for it. I tried to make this look like a little outside farm downstairs. So grass and the sky and stuff. And here's where I get my milk from my cow. I have so much milk. So much milk. But that automates more s'mores double smingots. That's my milk thing there. Lots of milk. So that's more s'mores. All right, so that's this floor. But wait, there's more. Let's go down again. All right, so in here's where I have my mystical agriculture. I have it currently turned off, but this is where I was running mystical. I did use a decent amount of mystical. Power source. Then over here is where I have a cow being farmed and murdered. Because this is where I was getting pink slime and liquid meat. So both of those are coming from killing cows for achievements. We could be taking the elevator, but I'm showing you the stairs. Then we go down again, and this is my maximum size fission reactor. So there's the maximum size fission reactor. This was, what was this? This was the molten salt reactor. And I don't think we ever figured out how that one worked. We tried it, but we couldn't get it going, and I couldn't find good instructions on it. This is a maximum size induction matrix for power. It has trillions of power in it right now. But as you can see, it's not even registering. There's so much power in that thing. Then I have two different mechanism reactors. This is the first time I made mechanism reactors and fell in love with them because they're awesome. One of them is producing regular power. One of them is producing steam. And then back in here is where I'm getting fuel for those. And then over here is where I'm getting fuel for the other one. But then we poke around back here and go up. The steam from the one was running the turbine. I have it turned off right now. This is the first time I ever got the turbine working. So that's the boiler casing and the turbine, but I have it turned off. You'll notice these glass things are for the solar. I've got a couple different machines that require sunlight, so they go all the way up shafts. So that was a large part of this one. I should have just used the elevator. So that's most of this one, except for decorative stuff, right? Let's talk about decorative stuff. Because much like we're talking about now, you eventually get to a point where you run out of stuff to do. What is that? Why do I have a crusher this way? So I don't have anything this way. I went the wrong direction. Went the wrong direction. I thought there was one that was... It's not that one because it's got towers in it. Is it this one? Oh, it's this one. It's this one. Okay. So here's where my mob farm was, first of all. Induction maker may have a new name, but it's the same. I like it. It's a good machine. Plus a turbine for bigger reactor gives architect makes a lot. Out there you can see my fusion reactor, maximum size fusion reactor. And over there is my matter overdrive reactor. You got to build that a ways away in case it blows up, right? And then we did a Halloween theme thing again. See, this is meant to look like a skull. I was very proud of that. So we made a fountain. This is my walrus. Made another pumpkin farm. I made a hay maze. Hay maze. I'm not going to go through it. But if you go make it to the middle, you get a little banquet. Make your way back out again. Then over here was houses for trick-or-treating. Tried to use different textures for different houses. First time I forgot that this is plastic. First time I ever used the garage door. So yeah, different houses for that. And then I made a cooler mausoleum than last time. Look at the blood. It looks so cool. But let us visit the master. This is where the master rests. One day he'll return. This is my blood fountain. I've done this a couple times. I like the way the blood blocks look. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so we're not going to be able to do a ton of worlds. Unfortunately, my wife just had a big seizure, and I need to go up in about 10 or 15 minutes. So let me finish up some of what I'm looking at here real quick. I'm going to give some real quick, speed things up. This is a haunted house, haunted rooms, haunted kitchen with a banquet. That's where I learned I can make the dragon's mouth move. I didn't finish this room. This is just on the back side. It's meant to be a room with a view. This was my spooky library. This is my spooky bedroom. So that was that was pretty much this world. I'm going to switch over to one more. We're not going to be able to do all the worlds today, as unfortunately my wife's going to need me here in a minute. But I will show the Sky Grid world. I'm going to give, these are going to be much faster tours here, okay? I apologize for that. Also, if you don't mind and you're watching, it'd be cool if you wouldn't mind clicking the like button. Take a second. Helps out the channel and helps out me, and I'd appreciate it. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. Okay, so Sky Grid is a Sky Factory 4 world type where you don't start on an island. You start in a world like this. So if you're looking for a challenge for Sky Factory 4, you want to play it again, but you want a different experience, try the different world types. Sky Grid is an infinite world, and you start with nothing, and you have to basically mine your way down and find stuff to start with until you can get your first saplings and stuff going. And basically, then at the end, you jump off the bottom, you fall back down, land, and die. Then you spawn, pick up your stuff, keep on doing that over and over until you get all the stuff that you need. This world was that way. Once you finally get a hold of the saplings, it becomes more of a standard playthrough, though. So a lot of the stuff you're going to see is the same. Smelteries, Flux, Matter Overdrive, Mob Farm, Mystical Agriculture. I don't remember what these are for, but they're there. I'm going to show you the stuff that might be different. Built upstairs is where I have my simple storage system. Simple storage. Lots of simple storage on all my saplings. Go up one more. This is where all my automation is. Built that in a room which was glass. Up here is one of the first times I really messed with the thermal evaporation. Got that process going. Mechanism reactors again. We love mechanism reactors at this point. We got those there. This was the first playthrough that I ever got the maximum size fusion reactor to work. You need a small one to make the big one work, because the small one makes the fuel you need for the big one. But that is the first time I ever got that to work. And then we go down a space. I've got automations and power. Down another one, power matrix. All the stuff you're used to seeing. I think this leads to mechanism. Yeah, these are my mechanism reactors. So this was a fun one. We got a lot of the achievements out of the way, did a lot of the same stuff, but didn't take up as much space because we kind of streamlined our process, because getting this to work was one of our big goals, was to get that. So Sky Grid was a lot of fun. I would recommend a Sky Grid playthrough. If you've never done a Sky Grid playthrough, it was cool. The Nether is the same way. Lava Factory is another Sky Factory 4 world type playthrough that I tried that I also recommend and is a lot of fun. And in this one, you start in a world where the entire world is made out of lava. Not here. This is my cool room. I came up with this design years ago and I built it a few times. I love the way this room looks. It's my thinking room. I didn't realize I'd logged off here, but that's okay. So this is I built my fusion reactor indoor. We got it going as well. Fission reactor and fusion reactor both fully automated. Those are done. This is all, so the world you start in is lava and you start in a glass dome. You have to find a way to move forwards. This is my standard crafting area. We're just in there. This is all my automated stuff. So you start, this glass dome is how you start. Now, normally there's all lava around there, but I took care of that. And then you have to find a way to move forward by like putting blocks to destroy the lava and expand out. Evaporation wand was everything. This is my mob farm right there. It's not currently operational. But once you're about to see, if I can get through the door. That's where so as you can see, the world is lava. So you're basically just digging your way out of the lava to be able to build your world. So another fun, challenging way to play Sky Factory 4. Let's see, down here was my compact machines. This was just a couple of different machines and automations. There we go. Portals. Now you're playing with portals. So that was a lot of what this one is. The big difference was just that you have the it's all underground, right? I thought I had an elevator somewhere around here. Oh, down here was where I did my trophy room again, because that's an achievement. Over here was my mist craft. Oh, that's my android. This is where I was doing the hogs. They're all in, I think, I got different compact machines for different things. That's automation of cookies, automation of netherrack, sugarcane, stuff we saw in the other one. So same basic ideas, right? But just a different type of world to do it in. And I got one more I'm going to show real quick. This was the first Project E playthrough that I ever did. And I want to say it's Here We Go Again. No, it's survival mode. No, Prestige Run Stream. That was it, wasn't it? Tutorial. Here we go again. I think it's that one. I hope I still have it. We'll see. Come on, load up. Slow. No, this is the one we were just in. So I'm sorry. I have one more. I think it's pre-boom. We'll check that one here in a second. Yeah, I think it's pre-boom. I know why it's pre-boom now. Never mind. I remember. So I had one world where we had a New Year. We streamed New Year's Eve into New Year's Day, and we rang in the New Year's together. This one's not shutting down. It may crash on me. It's the game may have locked. We may have reached the end. Oh, here we go. So I had to pull from a backup because I ended up having a problem with something I did on Valentine's Day. Hope this is the right one. It is! Okay, cool. So this is a Prestige playthrough. And on this one I built kind of like a little spider design. It's kind of my world. I had a little up and down for different things. Mistcraft, Matter Overdrive, so on and so forth. My portals and stuff. But we'll show the basics. My mob farm, obviously. I built a maze. I built a fully active maze. I've made mazes before. I enjoy making mazes. I find it entertaining. And I like it a lot. But that is a maze with a glass roof so that I could walk around and look down at you while you're doing maze things. And then this was a track I made because we wanted to see how fast we could go. This is concrete. Concrete makes you faster. And I was carrying the max amount of speed charms just to see how fast I could go, and I just went flying out the edge. It was so fast. So let's see what we got here. So again, all the basic stuff. I'm not going to show a whole lot. I'm really just going to show the decorative stuff here. Project E again. So decorative stuff. First of all, I made a food court. So like this is a bakery. This is, I think, burgers and stuff. Hippie food. Italian Mexican fusion, and a bakery. So I got ice creams. They're all filled with the appropriate kinds of food that would be in there. I built a farm with one of every mystical agriculture seeds. Different farm stuff. And then I made a haunted maze. Again, different nature maze. It's more of a path. Those zombies are stunned. They're paralyzed from syringes so that they can't hurt you. There's other monsters in here. I probably passed already. But go through a little hole, a little mine. Got to work your way around. Ah, skeleton, scary. I think there's a spider around here. I'm just doing it the fast way. But again, then you get to the end. There's a little witch, zombie, creeper. Stuck. I'm going very fast. So you get to the end. There's a witch. And then there's this haunted house here. So the basic danger, cursed treasure. So there's treasure inside, right? You go to get it, but it's a false bottom, and that's how you end up in the maze. And then you got to get to the end of the maze to escape. Because if you try to go back through the portal, it's too far. It's just going to keep dropping you down. What's the concept? I have a hole here for me, but yeah. So that was kind of fun. But the fun thing we did is we built this. This is my throne. This is where I came in and I watched the beginning of 2020 to 2021. Give you an idea of how long ago I built this. New Year's Eve 2020 into 2021. Lots of food. These are my walrus. And what we did is it said Happy New Year or something, or it said goodbye 2020. And I filled, these are unbreakable blocks. They're immune from explosions. And so everything in between, I had the message, and then I had explosives behind it. And then at midnight, I popped it. The explosions went off and destroyed the front message, giving us the back message. And then this set off a whole bunch of fireworks. So I had a bunch. So when I was sitting here, we said goodbye, hello to New Year's. And it exploded. We got Happy 21. All the fireworks went off. It was actually really cool. It's one of the more interesting little fun things I built that wasn't actually like a mechanism, right? Oh yeah, I built a boat. Built a flying ship as well. Not the best ship. I've seen people with way better ships, but I built this designer ship multiple times. Yeah. Different cannons. Functional. They're functional. That's where the beds would be if I had put them in, but yeah. And I got a couple of captain's quarters, or people's first mate's room, and then the captain's quarters itself. But yeah, there it is. Gary says, do it or show it again. Do what or show what again, Gary? I apologize. Oh yeah. I built this over here because I needed to film a thumbnail, and I just left it. But oh, the explosives? Oh, I'd have to take this all apart and rebuild the inside of it. Because all the explosives have blown up now. The other thing, I could definitely do something like that again. That would be, in another world maybe. Oh yeah, this is the first time I ever messed with sync. That's where you can make clones of yourself. I didn't really mess with sync before this playthrough. This is the first time that I put all of my storage system inside of a compact machine. Yeah, that took a few days to build. I mean, it's obviously not something I'm going to do now, but it's something I could do again when we have another holiday. Maybe we'll do something special at the end of this year. But yeah, so that's kind of my Sky Factory 4 worlds. That's most of them. I think that's all of the main ones. The only thing that one last one I'll pop into, and I got just a minute. This one's not going to be impressive by any means. But just for a fun look, I guess. Oh, my neck. Come on, load up. This one should be the quickest to load. So that's Astral Sorcery. This is where I filmed my tutorials for Sky Factory 4. So this is where I filmed. I've used this same basic design in most mod packs, although I changed which blocks and textures I use. But this is where I filmed Sky Factory 4. One of the last tutorials I did was Astral Sorcery, which is up there. So that's why this takes us up there, because I was doing some Astral Sorcery tutorials. But what I like to do when I have tutorials, when I have things like this, usually underneath is where you're going to have redstone. I'll have a power source. A lot of times I use just a creative energy battery and then connect flux to it. Down here is where I film my thumbnails. Usually I'll put like a block with the frame or the machine I'm doing and then back up and get rid of this and then film the thumbnail. And then on the back, always over here, is a checklist of the different tutorials that I'm doing or need to do. I didn't have that in the early years because I didn't realize the clipboard was there. But this is where I film my tutorials for Sky Factory 4. I have one just like it in Sky Factory 5, but with different materials and every other pack I've ever done a tutorial in. So, all right, well that's gonna do me for today, guys. We're gonna call it a day. I know it's a little early, but I said it would be. I will be back tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll be back in Sky Factory 5 doing Sky Factory 5 stuff. Today was just a slightly special stream because I promised I would. I usually do this once a year, or once every 2 years. I'll pop in and give a little flashback, and you know, be kind of fun. But I will be back tomorrow, regular time, 7 p.m. Eastern, for a regular 2-hour stream, assuming there's no emergencies or health issues continuing into tomorrow. And who knows, right? And then we'll be back to that tomorrow, and then I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So work on tutorials on Tuesday, Wednesday, have hopefully some out by Wednesday for you guys. That's going to do me for today. Hey, if you don't mind, I appreciate if you wouldn't mind clicking the old like button before you head out. I would appreciate it. Or if you're watching this in the future, it's still cool to click like, and it helps me out. Be sure to hit subscribe if you're new so you can hang out with us more. Join our Discord. Link to Discord and all my socials on my website are down in the description area of this and all my streams and videos. We'd love to have you over there as well. Oh, you're very welcome, Zara Kim. I was happy to do it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you see anything in there you want more information on, let me know. I'll see what I can do. But that's going to do me for today. I do want to thank you all for coming, and I do hope you have yourself a great evening and a great week. Party hard, but party safe. Tomorrow's Monday, worst day of the week. Just do your best to struggle through. Okay? That's going to do me. Thank you very much for coming. You folks have yourselves a great day.